Barcelona officially come out with an asking price for Depay. If you guys don't know about Depay, how old he is, he's 28 years old. They put a price of 17 million after getting him on a free. They put a price of 17 million. He's got 28 games this season, 20 starts, 8 subs, 12 goals, 2 assists, 5 man of the matches. And also,
how old is he?
he's 28 years old. Also, in the Champions League in 6 games, 0 goals. He also has 12 goals and 6 assists in 10 international games so far this season. Should Arsenal interested? Should Arsenal or anybody else be interested in this guy? Yes or no?
100%. I think people still remember him from his time at United. I think he's improved massively since then.
Yeah.
I think it was a madhouse at Barca at the beginning of the season. You know, so it's hard to judge how any of those signings did or those players did because, you know, the team was all over the place. You know what I mean? There were so many stories about, you know, Ronald Koeman coming out and, you know, behind the scenes, you know, team was in disarray basically.
Though he hasn't done well on the Xavi or, you know, Aubameyang's gone and kind of outshone him. I don't think,
first of all, he's their top goal scorer, isn't he?
Yeah, he's the top goal scorer. I don't think he's been that bad. 12 goals in 20 starts isn't bad. Yeah. I also believe that he's internationally outstanding. 12 goals and 6 assists in last 10.
And you have to look at his last couple of years at Lyon as well. Yeah. So and take that into rather than just this last season. You know what I mean? And the reason they're selling him is to make money, really. Yeah, it's not just because.
So you think there's a player in there? You think he's a good player? What is his best position?
Yeah.
And what clubs do you think should be interested?
I think it's either in a 2 up front where, you know, you have a big man up front or whatever he can play off that, or on the left of a 3. You know, I think he's really adapted his game to where he's probably just as good. And the thing about him is that I think he's better at a possession team as well, because I don't think he's not a quick player. Yeah. He's quick, but he's not lightning. You know what I mean? He's not gonna like
not when he was What I like about him, I agree with you 100%. He's not the same player at Manchester, but more than any of that, I think when I look at him, I think at this point of his career, he sees himself as a leader. Yeah, he sees himself as a player that is ready to go into a team, and I think he actually thrives in teams where he's the big player. I think he prefers to be the big player, like as in at Holland up front, you know, attacking wise, he's the big player. At Lyon, he was the big player, and I think in terms of, I think he needs to go into a team where he feels like he's got some sort of leadership role or anything like that. I think I think Arsenal 100% should be interested. I think Chelsea should be. I think most teams in the Premiership, based on his price, only teams I look at don't necessarily need him. Liverpool, Man City, but everybody, United, I'm going to go from. But I think everybody else, I think even PSG and all these teams, for the price that for 17 million realistically is a steal. You know what I'm saying?
No, it is. I like him. Like he's one of I'm one of the people that he turned around. Like
you were not a fan of him. I remember
him a couple of years ago, but you know, the consistency, the adaptation to a different position, and what he has is that, and what people don't even understand is that he scores goals.
Yeah,
yeah, you know I mean? and that is one of the hardest things to do in football consistently. And for me, you can always find a place for those type of guys. Yeah, you know,
what does he add? Do you want, if you're him, do you try to come to the Premiership, or you like no AC Milan, you know, Inter?
I don't know if I want to come back to the Prem, to be honest. You know, because of the reputation I have here, because of what happened at United. And also I've seen what happened with Lukaku when Lukaku goes back, you know, after a great spell away. So it's like, I don't know, you know what I mean? And I also think he's probably better suited to European football. Yeah. But at the same time, I think a team like Arsenal is one I'd want to come back to, where I know it's not like walking, I'm the biggest player there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I have the biggest name, I have the most experience, you know what I mean? I'm in the prime of my career. You know what I mean? All of that. So as soon as I enter, I have that instant respect. And especially if I'm the manager signing, I'm Arteta signing. So he has to back me.
So do you think everybody's interested? 17 million. Most clubs are like, looking at that as a. Or do you think the Barcelona?
I think it's a tough position. Yeah, I think that I don't even think the Barca's thing. I think it's more the Man United's thing for England. I think other teams, 100%, Inter Milan, AC Milan. I think all those guys are all
Newcastle.
It's just whether they can afford it or not. Yeah, Newcastle, whatever. So
but the stats, the way that
numbers.
they've perceived him to be this season, he's obviously not been that bad. 20 starts, 12 goals, 5 man of the matches. He hasn't been that bad. You know what I'm saying? 12 goals, 6 assists in 10 games in international. I think he's got something to
good. He had like a big injury. I think it was after like 2-3 months, and I think that completely like derailed the season. And obviously, by the time he gets back, Aubameyang is there.
I feel sorry for what I'd say is I feel sorry for him because obviously Aubameyang comes in halfway through the season when Xavi's there. He has nothing to do with the Messi, but because Depay comes in after Messi leaves, he has that sort of, he needs to perform on that sort, like not Messi, but they want him to level. They put him under the pressure, whereas players like Aubameyang or players, young players like Fat, they're never going to get that pressure. They're like,
I feel bad for him because he seems like one of those players. Every time he gets in like a big situation where he can really make his name in football, then everything just goes pitch.